it's not so.
Oh, he's great. I have no complaints. He likes it. It sounds like you. All right, we'll get it. He says we should get it. I think so too. I think we're gonna get that too. I'll tell you why in a little bit. Today is the day that they've restocked the media, and I don't really see anything worth getting. There's no real Blu-rays. Diary of a Wimpy Kid. There's one. Not gonna get it. I want stacks of them, but I did see people checking out at the cash register with some stuff I probably would have bought. One guy had Tales of the Crypt on DVD. I don't know that it's worth anything, but I definitely would have looked it up and bought it either way for $1 for Antique Mall sale. Speaking of which, I'm gonna go to my Antique Mall now. Trader Baker's, Vendor Mall. I don't have a bunch of stuff to stock today. I will tomorrow or so. First weekend day I have that's not hot like this, where it's real nice outside. It's all storage unit, all price and stuff just to bring here. And on the way into Trader Baker's, I'm just gonna drop you guys a little bit of honesty. When I decided to get back into YouTube this time, there was a lot of difficulties with it. I'm gonna take the long way around so I have time to tell you this. A lot of difficulties going on in my life, a lot of things to bounce back from, and that made it harder. I'm not gonna really get into it, but B, I know from the past, the only thing that's gonna work to make YouTube financially beneficial for me and my son was to go back to daily, and that's not easy. And I knew going into it, I would do exactly what I've always done. I'd go into it super duper on fire, ready to go. And I've pretty much been that way this whole time. But a certain point comes where creatively you feel like you're doing the same video every day and there's no way to escape it. And I don't think I'm there yet, but I think I'm approaching it. You know, I'm not upset when I go to the thrift store and I don't find something awesome. Honestly, metrically speaking for YouTube, great thrift stock videos are not what's pushing this channel forward. It's honestly sort of the personal videos. So I'm gonna kind of take a second here for a minute and tell you some personal truths about making these videos. The things that inspire me to keep going, it's really funny how they come about. And I'm just telling you this so you sort of have a small look into how my brain works. I just bought that little poker machine, and all of a sudden I went from just like going through the motions. I don't really, I'm not feeling today's video. I wish I had something more special to put on for you guys, and of course none of that's happening. I find that poker machine, and then instantly I'm like, look, here's a reminder of why I do this. So I'm gonna go to my Antique Mall here. I'm gonna take care of some business. And then to end this video back at home, I'm gonna talk to you why that poker machine gets me so excited. And it's a really good story, I think. It's a really good sort of what makes me kind of thing. So stick around for that while we go shop around and check out our booth. Hello. I just had an hour-long meeting and he just slept on my chest the whole time while I talked.
It's nice to see your eyes and your big smile.
So my booth here, you know what I did? You know what I did for the 100th time? Somebody even dropped a comment in the video the other day and told me not to forget. I got a guitar that needs to hang right there and I keep leaving it at home. Not gonna sell that way. Though I have sold one guitar here, but it was on last month's sale. This month I have sold 3 disc golf discs. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 DVDs, which I label them all DVD even if they're Blu-ray, so it could have been either or. A $20 Pokemon plush, a $30 Eevee plush, let's go. Some fancy decorations I had here sold for $50. A lamp I sold for $20. That's crazy the lamp sold that quick. I just brought it in. And a $20 radio. I had 2 Sony radios. No, this one's not Sony. The Sony one sold. And all this stuff is pretty cool because it's all stuff I haven't tried before. I've never sold disc golf stuff. I've never sold furniture in antique malls. A little bit back in Arizona, but not a lot. But I knew the key to success here was like getting rid of what I got. And I've said this a few times in video. I need to really lean into in one of my booths, like furniture and stuff I know I find at the thrift, and these lamps that I've been selling have been it. So I am, this printout's for about halfway through the month, and I'm just 20 or 30% past booth rent, so everything else made the rest of the month will be total profit, which is cool. And we've got enough of the month left from the 15th that it'll be good. And I'm excited about that. That was sort of the plan. I lost a little money last month. I knew I would, because I knew I wouldn't get it filled up in here fast enough. But it's still sort of the problem. I'm not filling it up fast enough. I need to get more lamps. Obviously, I made so much money in lamps and plush this month. Lamps and plush, lamps and plush. But it is such a difficult decision. A few videos ago, I made a statement where I was like, I'm getting pulled towards toys for these antique malls, and it is hard, because every good toy that I've already experienced selling in my life, I put in that booth, sells instantly. But so does the other stuff. So do I put a little toys, a little everything else in each booth, or do I make one booth furniture and stuff and another booth just toys? Here's another one of those game handhelds, like the one I just bought. Not exactly the same one, but I'm sort of nostalgic for that era of handheld pre-Game Boy handheld gaming. We'll talk more about that in a minute. I just spotted a Nintendo Power Pad. Let's go. That's crazy. That's crazy. Anybody want it? It is $40. What are you mad about, buddy?
Look at those titties. How old?
Just past 4 months now.
Oh.
And I'm not kidding you, he's about the happiest kid I know.
Oh, really?
He really is.
What's his name?
Jasper.
Jasper. See, Jasper,
great.
is that your name?
His name is Jasper Joe. I tend to call him JJ.
Oh, that's cute. JJ's cute. Hi. We'd spoil you, right? And you know that?
He gets attention everywhere he goes.
Oh, I bet he does. He's a doll.
I tell him all the time, you better watch out. All this attention he's getting, he's going to be big and ugly like me too soon.
Oh, stop that.
As fast as he's growing, look at him. He can't. That's 6-month-old clothing he's in. He
Is
can't
it?
fit it. Yeah,
Oh.
6 to 8 months. He's so big.
You look like it. Oh, look at that. Who is that guy?
Why you look so mad? There it is. Doesn't that smile look sly
Oh,
though?
it does look sly. You're right. Mary's just grinning. Look.
He loves the attention.
Oh, he's a doll. Well, nice to meet
Yes,
you, JJ.
Say bye, buddy. This is our favorite booth here. We always look at this.
Oh, do you?
The music instruments.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
I was just telling one of my homies I play video games with at night that I love Minecraft toys. And this is an example of one that is for Minecraft Dungeons. That this doesn't show up in the regular games at all. So it just doesn't compute to my brain other than that it is Minecraft. And I like them, but I don't want to collect them. I want to collect the creepers. You know, my shelves at home for display. I don't want that on there, really. I mean, if I found it in the bins, I'd probably buy it and put it on there. But I also would probably just sell it at the antique mall for $15. JJ's pooping. Better go home and change them. Oh, those are plug and plays, not the handhelds. I thought it was another one of those handhelds. We're home, and there's an Amazon package. Oh yeah, replacement computer mouse. It's hard to get work done when your mouse starts to act up. So I basically just reordered the one that I had before all this mess started that got lost in the shuffle. 2 thrift buys today, both important. The first one, the weirdest rubber duck I've ever bought. If you haven't been around the channel very long, just know there's a lot of ongoing rubber duck shenanigans around here. And I just... It's the weirdest thing I've ever seen. It's okay. It's more like a rubber chicken, and I have a giant one back here on the couch behind me, and I love it. It's a rubber chicken but duck. It's got flappy wings, and it makes noise when you squeeze it, except it's out the butthole, and it sounds like a duck call. It's the weirdest. So many things about it are just weird. So I'm just gonna put it on a shelf and keep it for the weirdness. Now, I'm going to talk about why I bought this handheld poker machine. The battery in it is dead. Hopefully there's no corrosion. There's a screw on the back that needs to come out for me to even test the battery. But When I saw it, I immediately was excited because I have about 3 other handhelds like this of the same era in my storage room that I want to price and put in the antique malls. But I'm just sort of hoarding them up until I have enough to package them all and have a nice presentation at an antique mall. Okay? Not there yet. Gonna hoard them for a while. But I want to talk about my grandfather. His name was Fred. And I want to tell you how he had this exact poker machine, except bigger. Somehow this is a miniature version of the one that he had. One of the ones that he had. And he had so many over the years because he played this exact Royal Flush poker every day. So at some point, probably he'd get home just in time to watch Jeopardy. He'd fall asleep halfway through Jeopardy. He'd wake up after. He'd play a bunch of rounds on this thing. And it makes a noise. Doop, 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 doop. And it goes nuts when you get like a Royal Flush or something. And if you get like the Royal Flush, you get just these like max points that take forever and ever to add up. And it's like if you don't let the points add up, it cancels the points. Like if you cancel it and just keep playing, you don't get the points. And he would let it ride and let it make the noise. And so we got used to hearing it. And so there's a certain level of nostalgia for me seeing this. He's gone now. He died while I still lived in Arizona. Honestly, I think when I first moved to Arizona, I hadn't been there a year yet, I got the call he had died. And I want to talk a little bit about him because I've said in bits and pieces over the years what I'm about to tell you, but I've never really said it in full, and I think it's really important to say it and put it out there. So much of the way I am and what I do is because of him. And it's really funny to even hear myself say it because it's definitely one of those life lesson things with parents and the people who raised you. Sometimes, some of us, it takes longer to really be able to truly understand things. And it did for me. It wasn't until he was gone. Honestly, the moment he was gone where I was like, oh crap. You know, like we all go through when we lose a parent or someone that close to us. The moment they're gone is the moment you go, well, never getting this back, never getting that back, never going to get the chance to fish with them. All that stuff's obvious. That stuff came quick. What took a little longer was for me to just realize how much of my habits and personality did come from him. I never realized it in the moment when he was alive. But every day when I was a kid, it was either yard sales, antique malls. There's a antique mall in my hometown called Consumer Mall. Shout out Consumer Mall. Been trying to get a booth there. They never called me back. But it's been there my whole life. He took me there a ton as a kid. He loved estate sales. And he loved stuff. First and foremost, he just loved stuff. He was into arrowheads. We'd go hunting for arrowheads. He was into certain army things, and just a wider range of things. He collected canes. He collected BB guns. He collected clocks, though he worked on the clocks. It was really cool. Our house was full of all of these things growing up. And I'll be honest, I never really appreciated any of that. And it wasn't until years, probably a year or two into my YouTube channel, hunting for video games, hunting for stuff, reselling, having the antique mall, my father stopped me one day and said, I just can't get over how much you're like your grandfather. And I'll be honest with you, my reaction to that at the time probably wasn't wildly positive because there is just the honest truth is my grandfather, as much as I love and missed him, was a very complicated man and at that a difficult man. Not really going to get too far into the weeds on that, but he was. And I think in my younger years, that kept me from the level of acceptance that I now have reached in just who he was in the totality of his person and who he was in the totality of his influence on me. And now I see it in everything. When I hoard these little things on my shelves, when I get excited about the items the way that I do, more importantly, when I get the craving to go hunt, the craving to go to yard sales, the craving to go to the thrift, it's often him that I think of. And now that I have a kid and I think about these things and what he might get from me and my father, his grandfather, his grandparents, my family around him, I get excited. And I hope it doesn't take him so long. I hope he's not dense like his daddy and it takes so long for him to get there, because I definitely would have had a better time at the end of my grandfather's life if we could have bonded more on this stuff. And of course, as is typical, man, I get that feeling all the time. I wish you could see me now, when I have this success at the antique malls, or I've made a living off of doing what he loved doing so much. I think he would appreciate it. He was stern in a certain way. He he had this funny habit of asking me and my brother every time he saw us, "Are you still working? You got a job?" I mean, heaven forbid you show up in his house at 2 o'clock on a Thursday. Why are you not at work, son? That impression of him was not as spot on as the impression my brother could do. I wish my brother was here. If my brother's ever on Twitch stream with us later, ask him to do an impression of our grandfather. He'll do it. You're not going to understand, but we'll laugh so hard because his impression is just spotless. But we inherited our deep voice from him. But it's funny because he was a small man. I'm 6'6", 320 pounds. My little brother's 6'8" or 9" and like 280 pounds, something like that. We're big old boys, but my grandfather was, I can't even tell you how tall he was. He was probably I don't know, 5'2" or something. Just really small man, small stature. He never, to my knowledge, had any sort of little man syndrome, really, because his bite and bark was scary enough. It didn't come across that way. He was not a kind of Chihuahua type of man. He was a rough and tumble guy. My dad always said about him, he'd go bear hunting with a switch, what do you call it? Just with like a stick, like a branch, a twig. That's the word. I couldn't find the word twig. He'd go bear hunting with a twig, and he was like that. He was just a rough dude, but also gentle. The complication of being a human being. We're all great, but have our own flaws, and he was definitely my earliest lesson of that. But I still love him and appreciate him. And can't stress enough that so much, if you enjoy these videos and what I do here, you have him to thank, and his name was Fred. And I think about him. I don't ever really talk about it, but when you see me doing what I do, I think about him so much. And I wish he was here, because I don't think he'd be uncomfortable being on video. He was not a particularly shy man. It would have been nice. It would have been nice to have him here doing some of this with me. He would have loved to go. He would have loved to take me. We'd be in his tiny little, what did he drive? A tiny little Ford Ranger that I didn't fit in, but he looked completely normal sized in. We'd be taking that to yard sales right now if he were still here. But I want to put this in my box for resale, but I'm not. I'm going to get a battery, and I'm going to keep it. Actually, what can y'all see? I'm going to keep that one, and maybe on our Twitch streams I'll just play a few rounds in between matches. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Hit the subscribe button, turn the notifications on, because we do post daily videos here, videos like this all the time. I would love for you to comment below before you leave and tell me who inspired you to do what you do and why and how. I could use that sort of pick me up today, that kind of boost. I've had a long couple days, and I'd love to read those. I really would. And then the last thing I can ask of you is things are going really well for us over on Twitch. Every night, usually, just around 8:30, sometimes a little earlier, we go live both on Twitch and the Shark TENDO YouTube channel simultaneously. And if you come and hang out with us on either one of those and consider subscribing, I would really, really appreciate it. Matter of fact, I swear to God, I just got a text that said, Fortnite, ? I don't have the time today to go live and do that, but I am going to get off here and play with him as soon as this video gets uploaded. So we're taking it really serious over there on Twitch and the Shark TENDO YouTube channel. The links are below. Please go consider supporting there. We've got about 170 of you guys that have subscribed on Twitch, which I get a kickback for. I make money off of, and it's the most predominant, obvious way you guys can support to help out around this channel. And if you have an Amazon Prime account, you get a free sub, and I still get paid. It costs you nothing. I get support. So consider doing that today. Otherwise, I will see you guys tomorrow. So until then, Peace out. Chat. Look, I'm invisible.
Okay, I'm so confused. There was a floating block just running past me. I'm so confused.
Are you being serious
And
right
I don't.
now?
My sword's gone. No, I'm being so serious. But it's carrying a different color block now. Oh my god! Ouch! Please, please. Wait, it has a pickaxe now. What? Please, please help me. Please, it's just. It's throwing fireworks.
I'm gonna cry.
Wait, is this you bitch? That's crazy. Get away from me.
Oh, you're so lucky I don't have a sword. Oh my god.
That's crazy.
Chat. Look, I'm invisible. Jelly thought she saw flowing blocks.